everybody.
Here we are. Welcome.
Broadway Blockbusters.
We're gonna kick off straight away, but while we're doing this opening number, say hi to everyone. Share this video, and above all, let's just have a great time.
From the 15th longest running Broadway show in history, 42nd Street, here is a little bit of the lullaby of Broadway.
Oh.
Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway, the hip hooray and ballyhoo, the lullaby of Broadway.
The rumble of a subway train, the rattle of the taxis, the daffodils to entertain at Angelo's and Maxie's.
When a Broadway baby says goodnight, it's early in the morning.
Manhattan babies don't sleep tight
Pauline.
until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night. Milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Hey! Well, as I said, it's lovely to see you all here. This is our 26th concert out of 28. So thanks for joining us. Hit that share button and tell us where you're watching from.
The band begins to go to town and everyone goes crazy.
You rock-a-bye your baby round till everything gets hazy.
When the Broadway baby says goodnight,
it's early in the morning. Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night. Milkman's on his way.
Rosemary.
Good night, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby of old.
Good night, baby. Good night, milkman's on his way.
Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby of old Broadway. Well, there we are with the Count Basie Orchestra.
I mean, who needs 50 people on stage performing that number? You could just do it with a track and the two of us.
Exactly. You don't need no tap dancing. You know? Well, hi, Annika. Hello. And hopefully little Jessica, if she's watching as well. Hello.
Hi, Rose. Oh, good. You're shimmying.
Here we are. So welcome. Yes, tonight we're going to be celebrating Broadway Blockbusters, i.e. We have compiled a list of the top 20 shows from Broadway and West End, and then we've combined them together to create a set list of 16, 17 songs tonight that are just
and some of these shows were more popular in the States, some of these shows were more popular in the UK, so you might actually hear a song that you haven't heard before.
Now, if you've got your stable, we have a running list in there, but we also have a list of the shows.
Hi, Roger.
The top 20 list for each of those. Now, I did make a few spelling errors, so I must take this moment to apologise that the West End's second famous show is not the Partum of the opera, and that number 12 is not Biley Elliot. So there we go. Apologies for my tardiness on spell checking today.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Carl. But yeah, we started the show off with kind of the first blockbuster show that was remnant in the top 15 on Broadway. That was the last show produced by David Merrick that was also directed by Gower Champion, who you guys might remember us talking about in the 60s show last month. They took over in the 60s, and David Merrick was like this mega producer, and he was making just tons and tons and tons of money, and he kind of
like the Cameron Mackintosh of his day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He had his hand in everything.
He also was, I thought this was really interesting, he was also the producer that first made it that critics could not come to previews, and they had to come to opening night and review it from opening night, which the critics were like, no way, we're not going to, this is with 42nd Street. No way, we're going to still come to previews. So he would cancel previews so that critics couldn't see the show. And the cast was like, what is going on? But anyway, they ended up coming to opening night and it was a hit. And it ran for a really long time.
And Gower Champion, who directed it, actually passed away on the opening night of the show. Merrick came out on stage at the curtain call and sort of told everybody. And nobody thought it was real. And then it was like, actually, he passed away. So there we go.
Bittersweet moment.
It's
Hi, Roger.
Crazy. The second song we're going to do tonight is from globally one of the biggest shows. I'm just going to check. So it was number 4 in the UK of the longest running shows.
And number 4 in the US.
And number 4 in the US. So it is officially the 4th longest running musical anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. We're talking about Cats. Now, I didn't get to see Cats when I was a kid. I saw it when they revived it at the London Palladium. A couple of years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that.
Have I ever seen Cats?
Have you ever seen Cats?
Not in a major production. I've seen it like regionally, so not like the original production. Oh. I just realized that. How have I never done that?
I mean, it's just it's one of those shows. There's no linear storyline, but it is just incredible to watch, and the skill and craftsmanship of writing these poems into a musical theatre piece of entertainment, and then Gillian Lynn's choreography. Unbelievable. I mean, you forget that you're watching humans. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Cats, we love it. So it
was also the first collaboration of Cameron Mackintosh and Andrew Lloyd Webber that ended up being just global. Yeah, exactly, a global sensation. But more on that in a little bit. Shall we just go right in?
Let's
if
just
you guys
go with this.
Haven't already, please share this broadcast. Just push that share button. That helps us out big time. And here we go with the magical cat.
Yes, of course. Here we go. The greatest magicians have something to learn from Mr. Mistopheles' conjuring turn. Presto! And we all say, oh, well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles.
He's quiet, he's small, he's black, from his ears to the tip of his tail. He can creep through the tiniest crack. He can walk on the narrowest rail.
He can pick any card from a pack. He is equally cunning with dice.
He is always deceiving you into believing that it's only honey for mice.
He can play any trick with a cork, or a spoon, or a bit of fish paste. If you look like a knife or a fork, and you think it's merely misplaced.
Some cat emojis.
You see him one moment and then he is gone, but you'll find it next week lying out on the lawn. And we all say, oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. 2 more times. Oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Meow. Oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Okay, honey, good.
His manner is vague and aloof. You would think there was nobody shyer, but his voice had been heard on the roof when he was curled up by the fire.
And he's sometimes been heard by the fire when he was about on the roof. At least we all heard that somebody purred, which is incontestable proof of his singular magical powers. And I've known the family to call him in front from the garden for hours while he was asleep in the hall. The phenomenal cat produced 7 kittens right out of a hat. And we all say, oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Oh yeah.
This is where the choreography would come in. Just imagine there's people climbing on top of you. Because apparently a woman sued because the cats came in.
Really?
I'll tell that story in a second. One more time, everybody.
And we all say,
oh, well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr.
Mistopheles. Oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Keep going. Oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Oh well, I never was magical Mr. Mistopheles. Twice more. Oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. Final time. Oh well, I never was there ever a cat so clever as magical Mr. Mistopheles. And presto!
Ta-da!
And that
He's Mr.
is
Mistopheles.
Mr. Mistopheles.
I hope you could feel how magical he was.
Now, you either all sang along and had the time of your life, or you looked at us.
And you're very happy that it's over.
Happy.
No, the story I was trying to just spit in that short musical interlude is that apparently there was a woman who saw it on Broadway who sued the producers in the show because she was the one that Rum Tum Tugger picked to dance with in the audience, and she said that he gyrated in her face, and so she sued for $6 million.
An American suing unnecessarily so.
Fair.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
no, it's great. But like that, I mean, that show almost didn't happen. Like, if you imagine
Kind of show.
that Andrew and Cameron going to investors and saying, okay, so we got the show right. And it's about...
Uncanny, honey, uncanny.
Thank you. It's about some cats. And like everyone's probably like, okay, or what? So like there's a story? Like, no, just some cats. All right. So obviously they found it very hard to raise the cash. So I think Andrew remortgaged his house. I think Cameron might have done the same. They even asked the cast members if they would like to invest, but obviously you ask a cast member that, you think it's probably going to fail as a show.
Yeah.
Although I know someone who was in the original cast who actually wished they would have invested because they would have been a lot wealthier now.
That's the thing. It's that I think I saw that the original investors, they had like 220 investors that all answered from a newspaper ad, and it's the show, like if you invested in the original production, the return is 3,500 times apparently, like from what you actually invested.
Oh,
So
right.
3,500. So yeah, anyway, that's crazy.
That's pretty nice then, isn't it? If you would have put a cheeky tenner in that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we do have a, we do have, that was not bad, was it?
No, it wasn't.
We do have a virtual tip jar / donation jar that is open. I mean, it's not a literal jar. If you do feel so obliged that you would like to contribute towards this evening's festivities, then please do. The information is along the bottom, including PayPal or Venmo, and we've got a QR code you can scan if you wish.
But the link is also in the description. There's so much information in the description this week. We'll get to some of that later.
Yeah. But every little helps. We'll talk about it more later on. But yes, there we go.
There you go. So now we're going to move on to the longest running revival and also the longest running American musical on Broadway. This is Kander and Ebb's Chicago, but it's not the original production that's still running. It's the 1996 revival. And there's lots of songs from Chicago, but a lot of them have big dance interludes in the middle because it's such a dancey show, except for this one, which I never thought I would sing ever in my entire life, but somehow it feels particularly appropriate for this moment.
Okay, honey, you ready?
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Miss Mama Morton.
Something like that.
That's not bad, right?
No.
That's good.
Ask any of the chickies in my pen. They'll tell you I'm the biggest mother hen. I love them all and all of them love me. Because the system works, the system called reciprocity. Got a little motto, always sees me through. When you're good to mama, mama's good to you.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of favors I'm prepared to do. You do one for mama, she'll do one for you. They say that life is tit for tat, and that's the way I live. So I deserve a lot of tap for what I got to give. Don't you know that this hand washes that one too? When you're good to mama, mama's good to you. If you... Key change!
Key change.
If you want my gravy, pepper my ragu, spice it up for mama, she'll get hot for you. When they pass that basket, folks contribute too. You put in for mama, she'll put out for you. The folks that top the ladder are the ones the world adores. So boost me up my ladder, kid, and I'll boost you up yours. Let's stroke together like the Princeton crew. When you're stroking mama, mama's stroking you. So what's the one conclusion I can bring this number to? When you're good to mama, mama's good to you.
I mean, that's great. Like, what? You would never sing that song normally.
I don't think that I'll ever play that role, but what a fun song. I also usually will never be able to sing that song when I'm not pregnant and my voice is not a bass.
It is great.
Like, I can't believe the low notes that I can
you
hit
can
right
get
now.
lower than me. That's the scary thing now, isn't it?
It is crazy.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
There we go. Broadway's number 2 longest running musical, Chicago. Like, we really haven't explored Kander and Ebb's stuff enough.
No.
Yeah, we never got the chance
Well,
to.
next week we're getting there with them because we'll have
Why? What's happening next week, Heather?
the musicals in the 1960s, part 2.
Oh.
1965 to 1969, not 70.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's something good in 70, who
Yeah,
knows,
might
might
throw
throw
it
it in. But yeah,
Great.
Kander and Ebb's Cabaret is in that pocket.
Well, then we'll smash out some more things there.
And yeah.
Yeah,
and
great.
something else too, okay.
We love a bit of Kander and Ebb. It's great. So moving on, another show that came out in the 80s. Another one of Andrew Lloyd Webber's crazy ideas of a simple story about trains. So we're moving on to Starlight Express now. A fantastic show. I remember seeing it at the Apollo Victoria, which is where Wicked is now, in case people don't remember or know. And I remember seeing it as a kid, and it was fantastic because the trains would go all around you at the back of the theatre in the stores, and they'd also skate all the way around the dress circle. It was fantastic. And when it closed, I was really quite gutted. But then I've performed a lot in Germany, as some of you may know. And when I was over there, I saw Starlight at the arena in Bochum. And it's fantastic. So, like, if you ever happen to be in Bochum, the random town, on the I think it's the west side of Germany, do try and catch Starlight. It doesn't matter if you can't understand German. It's just fantastic to watch these incredible sort of, I guess, athletes, as far as I'm concerned, skating all around you, and it's just, it's brilliant. You just feel like a child again.
I really want to see it. I've never seen it before, but the German production is like legendary. I had heard of that back.
Still going. I don't know whether it's open at the moment. People in Germany, you may know that and do tell us, but I believe it's. If it has closed, it'll open again at some point.
Yeah, but anyway, I gotta go see that.
Yeah.
I like the music too that I've heard, including this next song you're gonna sing for us.
Oh, well then that's quite handy then. This is actually the title song. I mean, I do love this though. Also, because there's a pan flute. When your good nights have been said and you are lying in bed with the covers pulled up tight, and though you count every sheep, you get the feeling that sleep is gonna stay away tonight. That's when you hear it coming. That is when you hear the humming of the Starlight Express. Starlight Express, are you real? Yes or no? Starlight Express, answer me yes. I don't want you to go. Want you to take me away, but bring me back before daylight and in the time between. Take me to everywhere, but don't abandon me there. Just wanna say I've been. I believe in you completely, though I may be dreaming sweetly of the Starlight Express. Starlight Express, are you real? Yes or no? Starlight Express, answer me yes. I don't want you to go. Such a nice song, isn't it? I used to build Lego to this song. Yep. And if you're there, and if you know, then show me which way I should go. Starlight Express, Starlight Express, are you real? Yes or no? Starlight Express, please answer me yes. I don't want you to go. Starlight Express, And I also think it's just one of those things where what I love about this show is we're just going to be singing songs that people maybe haven't listened to for a long time and suddenly go, oh, I forgot how much I liked this song. Like singing this has made me realize how much I need to play our LP and I need to listen to Starlight Express again, because it's been years since I've listened to it. Because you know what it's like. You get the cast recordings, you wear them out in the first couple of weeks, and then suddenly you're onto your next thing and you forget. And I think I just want to go back and listen to all the things that made me love musicals when I was a kid, because they're all in this show. They really are.
I think too, like that one and then this next one too, these are both UK really popular shows.
Yeah,
which
I feel
is
like
fun for American
Starlight
audiences.
never came over to America.
It did, but it only ran for a couple of years.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So it did.
so
I never knew that it actually went over there.
no, but I do think my high
Hashtag
school
research.
I think my high school did it.
Really?
Not when I was there, but like after like within the last 10 years. So
Wow.
there you
Amazing.
go.
So it's happening.
Between Xanadu, the other roller skate musical, or Starlight Express, they did Starlight Express. That's great. Anyway,
Well,
do you want to talk about, because I don't really know this show that well.
Well, this show is, we're moving on to Blood Brothers. It was a show that opened in the West End, then they closed it because it didn't go too well.
Okay.
And then they bought it back, and
Okay.
then it never closed
Yeah.
until, I think it was probably, 15 years ago now, 10 years ago, something like that, it closed. I can't remember, to be honest. But it was great, like the story of two brothers, or two twins, separated at birth, and all they've got is a locket from Liverpool. And then they come together later on, and they find out that they're brothers. Blood brothers. Yeah, you don't know whether I'm offending people or not.
No, I'm a little
I feel
nervous.
like I probably am. But I wish I was our Mickey. Our Mickey's nearly 10. He's got 2 worms in a catapult and he's built an underground den. I remember that because we did it in GCSE, which is like, okay, let me just try to think. When we were like 14, 15, 16 time at school here, we studied Blood Brothers in drama class, and I played Edward Lyons, which is the posh twin, who had back in those times had a very well brought up upbringing with lots of money.
Oh, okay.
Where Mickey, I wish I was our Sammy. Our Sammy's nearly 10. Yeah, because Mickey's the character. Anyway, you don't need the entire monologue from.
Anyway, this is a beautiful song from the third longest running show in the West End, which is nuts.
And I believe it's coming back as well. I don't know.
It still is there? I
Well,
didn't even know it was still there.
No, I think they're going on another tour with it, or they were planning to, and then obviously the pandemic hit. So I think Blood Brothers is coming back, and I believe it will then try to come back to the West End as well.
Gotcha.
It's a great show, really.
I can't wait to see it. We'll definitely.
Yeah, you won't understand a word of it, but we'll do the best we can.
Well, hopefully they have subtitles.
Subtitles?
Just kidding.
Okay,
Right, here we go.
Let's go for it.
Tell me it's not true. Say it's just a story, something on the news. Tell me it's not true, though it's here before me. Say it's just a dream, say it's just a scene from an old movie of years ago, from an old movie of Marilyn Monroe.
Another great one for your voice right now.
So low. Say it's just some clowns, two players in the limelight, and bring the curtain down. Say it's just 2 clowns who couldn't get their lines right. Say it's just a show on the radio that we can turn over and start again.
that we can turn over. It's only a game. Tell me it's not true. Say I only dreamed it, and morning will come soon. Tell me it's not true. Say you didn't mean it. Say it's just pretend. Say it's just the end of an old movie from years ago. Of an old movie with Marilyn Monroe. Tell me it's not true. Say you didn't mean it. Say it's just pretend. Say it's just the end of an old movie from years ago. Of an old movie with Marilyn Monroe. Yay! There you go. You have officially sung some Blood Brothers.
Yes, it was in my request roulette, but it never got pulled. So like I had learned it, but it's nice that I actually got to perform it.
Exactly. It's a nice little song, right?
Yeah.
But like it's weird because like just taking it out of context. If you know Blood Brothers, then obviously I won't spoil it if you don't. But if you know Blood Brothers, it's a very emotional finale. But like if you just sing the song normal, it doesn't really do anything compared to other musical theatre songs, because Blood Brothers to me has always felt like it's a play with song in it rather than a musical as we sort of know. Mm-hmm. But it's so good. Like the play is just,
I can't wait to see it. Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. It really is. Like I don't think anyone comes out of there and goes, well, there we go, that was the saddest night of my life. There we go.
Well, this next show is not sad.
No, this is lovely. For me, this has been great because I've managed to build like a playlist of my favorite songs to sing, and this is one that I've never been able to sing, and I never get to audition for it because I'm too tall. And I was like, I just want to have a go. So for anyone who prefers the jukebox musicals, I think the greatest jukebox musical that we have produced. Now, arguably, people might go, Mamma Mia is amazing. Well, I feel like Jersey Boys is one of those shows that is beautifully constructed, and every song feels justified where it is, and it's just beautifully told. Yeah. The story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. So I wanted to do something from that, mainly because it's one of the longest running shows from both UK and Broadway. Quick check. 12 on Broadway, 16 in the West End. So it's still there. And it's coming back. I believe they're moving it back because I think it still runs at New World stages.
Yes, my friend Paul is in that show.
Oh, brilliant! Yes, because we met him in a bar, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
There we go. Had a drink when I was meeting some of Heather's friends. So I'm looking forward to seeing this again because I just think it's a great show. Anyway, here's my Frankie Valli for you. My eyes adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you, like a million miles away from me. You couldn't see how I adored you. So close, and yet so far. Carried your books from school, playing make-believe you're married to me. You were 5th grade, I was sick when we came to be, walking home every day over Barnecourt Bridge and Bay, till we grew into the me and you who went our separate ways. My eyes adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. Heading for city lights, climb the ladder up to fortune and fame. I worked my fingers to the bone, made myself a name. Funny, I seem to find that no matter how the years unwind, still I reminisce about the girl I miss and the love I left behind. My eyes adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from you, I couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. My eyes adore you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adore you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. My eyes adored you, though I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. No, so close.
So close. Just a reminder that we have a tip jar, donation jar that is open, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed that performance by Stuart Matthew Price, my beautiful husband, you can send us a tip or donation. It helps us out. This show is free for you to watch and is not free for us to produce at all. So actually, on that note, thank you so much to John Hawkins, who is producing our show for us today.
Yes, hi John.
My best friend in the whole world, and he's the best, and so thank you so much. Everybody say hi, John. Moving right along to my basically favorite show in the entire world when I was in high school. Obsessed. This little show called Wicked came out in 2003. I was like 17, I think, at the time. I remember actually standing in the lobby of my high school after we did the school production of Les Mis, thank you very much, after the show, and the soundtrack was playing. And I remember being like, what is this? I think it was Defying Gravity, and I was really excited about it. Went home, got the CD, and yeah, loved the show ever since. So we've sung a number of songs from this show for you. We're getting to the point where Elphaba is a little difficult for this lady.
Yes.
But luckily there's another witch in town, and she has a lot to say and a lot of advice for all of you, so listen up. Whenever I see someone less fortunate than I, and let's face it, who isn't less fortunate than I, my tender heart tends to start to bleed. And when someone needs a makeover, I simply have to take over. I know exactly what they need. And even in your case, though it's the toughest case I've yet to face, don't worry, I'm determined to succeed. Follow my lead, and yes indeed, you will be popular. You gotta be popular. I'll teach you the proper poise when you talk to boys. Little ways to flirt and flounce. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular. You'll hang with the right cohorts. You'll be good at sports. Know the slang you've got to know. So let's start, cause you've got an awfully long way to go. Don't be offended by my frank analysis. Think of it as personality dialysis. Now that I've chosen to become a publicist or an advisor, there's nobody wiser. Not when it comes to popular. I know about popular, and with an assist from me to be who you'll be, instead of dreary who you are, there's nothing that can stop you from becoming popular. La, 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 la. We're gonna make you popular. When I see depressing creatures with unprepossessing features, I remind them on their own behalf to think of celebrated heads of state or especially great communicators. Did they have brains or knowledge? Don't make me laugh. Don't. They were popular. Please, it's all about popular. It's not about aptitude. It's the way you're viewed, so it's very shrewd to be very, very popular, like me. See? Oh, boy, Miss Alphaba, look at you. You're beautiful.
I have to go.
You're welcome. And though you protest your disinterest, I know clandestinely you're gonna grin and bear it, your newfound popularity. La, 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 you'll be popular, just not quite as popular as me. I just like that you can still see your head in the screen.
Our rug, our blanket just looks so scruffy on the sofa. We do
It
apologize.
was a bit of a rush to get ready for this show today. We will admit that. Anyway, so that's Wicked. Wicked has been running for a very long time. I just saw it on Broadway right before the pandemic. It's still a great show.
You're amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Like, I do want you to play that role.
I'm too tall for the bubble.
Well, we'll extend the bubble.
I used to go in for that show all the time. I am 5'8". I don't fit.
Look,
I'm 5'8" with no heels.
If there's one thing I've learned about the pandemic, it's expanding the bubble at the right time.
Maybe I'll just play Madame Horrible.
Yeah, because she's really tall.
She is usually tall, isn't she? I don't know.
Everyone I've seen has been really quite small.
I don't know.
But I don't know, like everyone's small when you're looking at the stage.
Anyway, so that's Wicked. Wicked is fun. And
well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I think we need to just show how popular Heather is using the donation links.
did you know Stephen Schwartz came up with the idea for Wicked while he was on vacation in Hawaii? I mean, if I was on vacation in Hawaii, I think I would come up with lots of good ideas too.
Yeah, I'll be sat there going, you know what? What about Green Witch? Yes, good and bad witches. And before Oz, he must have had the book with him.
Yeah, his friend was reading the book.
Oh, well, that makes sense then. That's why. Where did you just come up with that idea?
No.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that like Wicked, like it would cost what, $14 million at the time, $14 million to put it on. It was the kind of the beginning of the new era of big blockbuster musical, and sadly musicals were getting more and more expensive.
They recouped all of their money in 14 months, which was unheard of. Did I just take your story?
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that's
amazing. Do I look
amazing.
like someone who has stories? So yes. But like the most romantic story I think of Broadway history is the introduction of Disney to the market, and how before they got there, 42nd Street was a bit dead and run down, and the Amsterdam Theatre, or New Amsterdam?
New Amsterdam
Theatre. Disney bought that venue and renovated it and turned it into the home of the Lion King, where the show is still there now, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or did they move that?
They moved for Mary Poppins in there at the Minskoff, I think now.
Yes. Okay. Yes. No, I remember seeing Minskoff.
Yeah.
Linked with.
They moved when they brought Mary Poppins in because they had to do this flying.
And that's their rotating one now, where they put the new shows in. Like Aladdin was there.
Yes.
There we
Little
go.
Mermaid. Mm-hmm.
And Little Mermaid. Did I see the Little Mermaid there? I must have. That was 2 hours I'll never get back. The Lion King is one of the most incredible sort of stage experiences and musicals that I think anyone would get to go. We were talking earlier that we hope that the show continues to run for another 5-6 years, so we can take our little one to go see it, just to experience that. We're a big fan of jungle stuff, so like we're gonna have little elephants and cuddly toys and things for our little one.
Nursery, yeah.
So excited. It's a great show.
And this song was written for the show, right?
Yes, this was not in the original animated classic.
Yeah.
But wasn't Julie Kramer?
Julie Taymor.
Julie Taymor. Why Judy? I think Kramer is Mamma Mia. Was the first female director to win a Tony. Mm-hmm. So there we go. It's the beginning.
Not until the 90s.
Not until the 90s.
A little late. Anyway.
A little late, but it needs more.
Yep.
So this is a little song from The Lion King.
That's a good one. I love it. I'm so excited.
It's number 3 in Broadway and only number 6 here, which I find fascinating.
Baby likes Lion King.
Great.
Yeah.
Where has the starlight gone? Dark is the day. How can I find my way home? Home is an empty dream, lost to the night. Father, I feel so alone. You promised you'd be there whenever I needed you, whenever I call your name. You're not anywhere. I'm trying to hold on, just waiting to hear your voice. One word, just one word will do to end this nightmare. When will the dawning break? Oh, endless night, sleepless I dream of the day when you were by my side, guiding my path. Father, I can't find the way. You promised you'd be there whenever I needed you, whenever I call your name. You're not anywhere. I'm trying to hold on, just waiting to hear your voice. One word, just a word will do to end this nightmare.
I know that the night must end, and that the sun will rise, and that the sun will rise. I know that the clouds must clear, and that the sun will shine, and that the sun will shine.
I know that the night must end, and that the sun will rise, and that the sun will rise. I know that the clouds must clear, I'll hear your voice deep inside. I know that the night must end and that the clouds must leave. Oh, the sun will rise. The sun will rise. What a tune, isn't it?
So good.
I mean, like, it wouldn't be much of a surprise to people to learn that I don't sing that song
Yeah.
much, because it's
No.
not exactly my casting. So, like, to get the opportunity to just sing that, I always remember when I first heard the new soundtrack, because I love that. When Disney released a musical, you're like, okay, like, I know the ones from the film,
Yeah, but what's the
I
new
want one of the
stuff?
new
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I found out with Frozen as well. Like,
Yes,
I love some of the new
Monster.
orchestration. Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
So, like, yeah, that was the one that sort of stuck out. So I'm really glad that for you guys, we all got to be here. Thanks for your lovely comments. I spot them in between musical phrases. So thank you very much. It's lovely to sort of
Lovely.
see them.
Well, moving right along
What
to one of
did
the.
we say about this
I
1996
mean, here's the thing.
hit?
We're getting to the point now where like every single song is just massive. I guess we should probably mention that like on the off chance that any of these, the rest of the show gets taken down, it'll be on YouTube. They were at the West End when it was evacuated due to a fire alarm. Ooh. Yeah, so
Yeah. there
as
we-
always, if you lose the feed, just head over to YouTube, Stuart Matthew Price's page, and you'll see it there. It'll be there.
and if
So.
you're already on YouTube watching,
Hi.
hello!
So we're going to move to a show that completely revolutionized Broadway in the 90s and really became a show for like a generation of people.
Yeah,
Like
I think that's exactly right.
the rent heads, it was a real thing. Kind of what Hamilton is doing, this show did first. Like where it brought in a younger generation to the theater and made it feel accessible to them because it was a new type of sound
Yeah,
and a new subject matter.
It was
We're
ju-
talking about Rent, of
Yeah.
course.
written by Jonathan Larson. Now, Jonathan Larson was a huge fan of musical theatre, and actually, like, I think Sondheim really admired Jonathan Larson. But, first of all, let's just have a little moment to appreciate that nowhere in the top 20 of Broadway or the UK West End has Stephen Sondheim ever had a long-running show. And here we are, like, loving Stephen Sondheim. It just goes to show, doesn't it? It doesn't matter how clever or smart you are. It's commercial theatre is a very different beast.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating.
And if
I'm
you
surprised by that.
If you think about it, like when Sunday in the Park with George came out in the early 80s, that's right when like Cats was coming out. And so obviously there's just these two, there was like the mega musical and then there's still like the super artsy musical that was happening in a smaller space. It's just very interesting. We're lucky to have it all, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The art as a whole is just a tapestry
Yeah.
of wonderful
Ooh,
things.
nice word.
Thank you, honey. Anyway, moving on. So Jonathan Larson was
Wrote this,
incredible.
unfortunately passed away the night before opening, I think, in the last preview. And yeah, but this song was sung by the cast on the performance, and I think they changed the position in the show, and they have it open the second act now.
Yes. We just kind of felt like, I mean,
We
I
have
feel
to.
like we have to do it.
We have
And
to sing this song.
He would have ended up, I think, having quite a few hits.
Yeah, I agree.
Jonathan Larson. Yeah.
It's such a shame. So anyway, you guys know this one. Sing along at home. Send us candle emojis. Send us the number of minutes in a year.
Because
yeah.
we can all
Sing along,
remember
though,
how
seriously.
many minutes are in a year
Put
now.
the lyrics in the comments and sing with us. Because it is ultimately, it's a community song. Okay.
Because I made the mistake yesterday.
525,600 minutes. 525,000 moments, oh dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year?
How?
In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife. In 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.
525,600 minutes. 525,000 journeys to plan. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure life of a woman or a man?
In truth that she learned, or in times that he cried, in bridges he burned, or the way that she died.
It's time now to sing out, the story never ends. Let's
Celebrate, remember a year in the life of man. How about love?
You got to remember the
love. Remember the love. Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.
Yeah. Again, not a song that we're 100% appropriate for at times, but we just smash it
I just
out.
wanted to sing it. And
We just want to
we're
sing
kind of
Seasons of
we're in
Love.
like the second act of the show, so there we go.
There we go. We've hit the second half of our show.
We're over the second half. Yeah, we're right around there.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's just great fun, isn't
It is. We hope you guys are singing along at home.
This is probably one of our most fun
Yeah.
nights, I think. I hope so. I hope if you're all having fun, do tell us you're having fun. It seems like you're all enjoying what we're doing, but I hope you're all having a great time together.
So we're going to go back to Disney. And the first show that they produced on Broadway, which was honestly like obvious, it was the first, like when the animated film came out, people were like, well, this needs to be a Broadway musical.
Mm-hmm.
And they were hesitant about getting involved on Broadway because, like Stu said, 42nd Street and Times Square was pretty seedy at the time. And so
Not exactly Disney.
no,
in their way of
and
thinking.
people have different opinions about how this all went down, but they ended up, the mayor at the time cleaned up this area, and Disney kind of, I don't know if they own 42nd Street, but 42nd Street looks a lot different than it used to.
Yeah.
And they,
I think the Disney store is actually on 42nd Street, right? Am I right in thinking that? Or is it not?
it's in Times Square.
I take that back, doesn't matter. Hi,
I don't know.
here we are.
Anyway,
Sorry.
so
I thought it was.
so this is this we're talking about Beauty and the Beast, which is the number 10, I think, on
Yes.
Broadway.
Number 10 for but
But
not
not
for us.
in the
No,
UK.
it didn't run.
It's not
forever.
charting in the UK, but it still is the 10th longest running show in Broadway. And this song was written for the show, just like Endless Night was written for Lion King. So this is Home from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes, I made the choice. For Papa I will stay. But I don't deserve to lose my freedom in this way, you monster. If you think that what you've done is that's right, well then, you're a fool. Think again. Is this home? Is this where I should learn to be happy? Never dreamed that a home could be dark and cold. I was told every day in my childhood, even when we grow old, home should be where the heart is. Never were words so true. My heart's far, far away. Home is too. Is this home? Is this what I must learn to believe in? Try to find something good in this tragic place, just in case I should stay here forever, held in this empty space. Oh, but that won't be easy. I know the reason why. My heart's far, far away. Home's a lie. What I'd give to return to the life that I knew lately, and to think I complained of that old provincial town. Is this home? Am I here for a day or forever? Shut away from the world until who knows when. Oh, but then, as my life has been altered once, it can change again. Build higher walls around me, change every lock and key. Nothing lasts, nothing holds all of me. My heart's far, far away, home and free.
That was great.
Thanks, love.
Like, and it was lovely. Like, I think I saw a comment sort of saying like, "Oh, I can't imagine our Sundays without you," kind of thing. And it's only just no pun intended, but it brought everything home. Like everything we've been doing, everything that the pandemic has been, everything that we're going through anyway, and like just how special. Like I forget. Like we've had a lovely time doing these, but just how special it is to have these little moments. Even just on a Sunday night, either sat at home or here together, it's just really lovely.
Yeah,
and I'm very
I hope you
grateful
guys know how much we feel like we're a part of the community, especially when we go back and read the comments after the show. My arms look so long when I do this. But we really feel like you guys are a part of our family, and we are so appreciative of you who've watched from the very beginning. And those of you who have watched, just found us last week and continue to watch. It's really lovely. We're honored. And for those of you who don't know, I think a lot of you do, because we've already had quite a few people vote. But in a couple weeks, we're doing our last show before the baby, because I'm about 35 weeks pregnant, y'all. And by the time 2 weeks, we're almost 37 weeks, which is basically full term. Like, it could come any day.
Yeah, it's
my father-in-law Bill watches every week, and he's always like, "I'm just so worried your water's gonna break during the show."
And I'm like, "We're not. We think that's amazing, because then we can take the camera with us, and we can." Okay.
Anyway, but what we're doing for our last show is we are asking you guys to vote for the set list. We have created a survey that shows the 400 over 400 songs that we've sung over the last 6 months.
So that's only up to last week's Sondheim
Yes.
show. So it's only the first 25 shows.
Yeah.
Like,
Only
yeah.
that. Anyway, and so you can, there's a link in the description where you can go and vote in, we can't wait to see. It's really interesting, the votes that we've already gotten.
Yes,
and
it's gonna be an interesting show. I
it's going to
think.
be great, yeah. So anyway, make sure you do that. And so I think we're moving on to my dad's favorite show.
Well, it's actually the UK's favorite show of all time, but only number 6 in Broadway history because it closed
And then it
they
reopened, and then it-
reopened and they closed and they take it on tours. So it's never been, which I find odd really, but it's never been a sit down staying musical in this like recently. Like we just don't. We're obviously talking about the incredible Les Miserables, and it's just it does fascinate me that like it doesn't stay. Maybe.
I mean, it was there for a really long time. I saw the original Broadway production.
I mean, if it's number 6, it must have been.
Exactly. But yeah, it hasn't come back in any sort of staying power. But I'm sure it will at some point.
Yeah, I mean, they tried it with, I think Ramin went over and did it, and Casey Levy was Fontaine and stuff. So I know they tried it recently, but who knows? Maybe it will go back over there for a third stint.
In the meanwhile, you can see it over here.
Yes, definitely. There's 2 versions going on, isn't there? There's the staged concert version, and then there's the new version, because I think it's the tour version that they've revamped and restructured it and stuff. So yes, so this is the second song of the evening that we have sung before, but like Popular, when we realised that we both sang these songs in gender swap. So I sang Popular and Heather sang Bring Him Home. So we thought, well, we might flip it round now so that people can actually hear them
How they originally intended.
well, I think just so that we both had a shot at doing it. So this is Bring Him Home. We hope. God on high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He is young, he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the sun I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly on and on. But I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy.
I think there are a lot of people crying at home right now.
Oh,
That was gorgeous.
I mean, what a song.
Yeah.
What a moment. And that, I think that was written during rehearsals as well, I think.
Was it? I didn't know that. I do know that somebody sang that at Jim Henson's funeral. He loved the song. I
Well,
know.
there we go.
It's not just like, I just was so small, but I mean, it's a lot of people's favorite song in all of musical history.
Thanks, Alan.
And I'm sure people have just been waiting for you to hear you sing it. And
Well, there we go.
that was really great. And
Thank
I
you,
got
Amy.
a front row seat, y'all. That was pretty cool. Les Mis is a really special show to my family because, like I said earlier, I was in the high school production. I played Cosette. But, of course, like, it was a big deal. I was a junior. It was like 2 high schools were producing it. But then my little brother, who is now a professional actor, he was like 10, and he played Gavroche and completely stole the show. Completely.
I can imagine your brother doing
I mean,
that.
I'm not bitter or anything, but like, yeah, it was
Don't be bitter, be better.
okay.
Oh,
I'll do my
hello.
best.
Hello, low gravelly voice.
That'll be good for this next one.
Oh, yeah, so that. Sticking with Claude Michel Schomburg and Alan Boublil, they wrote another great show, one of which, like, people always ask me what my favourite shows are, and I'm slightly biased. I think we said it even in our I think in one of the we went live at one point and people started asking us questions, and I think one of the questions was what were our favourite shows. My first one was Phantom, because for me Phantom was the first musical I ever heard, so it has a very special place in my soul in that sense. Parade, because it was the first show I ever performed in when I left drama school, so that I think there's something magical about that kind of thing. And then there's this show. I'm sorry that Les Mis didn't make my top 3, but Miss Saigon did. I love Miss Saigon. I think the orchestrations are fantastic. The sort of the melodrama of it all is just fantastic as well.
It is great.
And like,
And there's a helicopter.
There's a helicopter and stuff, and it's just, I just think it's a really wonderfully written piece.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
For me, more emotionally charged than Les Miserables, which is why it lands in where it is.
Yeah.
But also, I used to listen to this CD and crank it up. I used to sit in our living room. Mum and Dad will vouch for this. I used to sit in the living room and sing along because the SHIT word was sung in one of the lyrics, and I could get away with it because I was like, I'm singing the lyric. It's what the song says. I'm okay. Yeah, did you know that? So I would sit there with the CD. Terrible. So Mum and Dad, I'm sorry that I was getting away with a mild swear word when I was a young boy, but it's Miss Saigon. There you go.
We are going to sing. This song was actually our number 1 requested duet in Request Roulette. We never got to sing it.
No, it never came out, so it's time.
It's time. And one of the times that we have sung a show and things got taken down, it was from Miss Saigon. So again, if something happens, go over to YouTube. I'm very concerned about this.
But like, let's just have some fun with this.
Yeah.
Right? In a place that won't let us feel, in a life where nothing seems real, I have found you. I have found you.
In a world that's moving too fast, in a world where nothing can last, I will hold you. I will hold you.
Our lives will change when tomorrow comes.
Tonight our hearts down the distant drums,
And we'll have music alright, tearing the night.
song played on a solo saxophone, a crazy sound, a lonely sound, a cry that tells us love goes on and on, played on a solo saxophone. It's telling me to hold you tight.
on the other side of the earth. There's a place where life still has worth. I will take you.
I'll go with you.
You won't believe all the things you'll see. I know, 'cause you'll see them all with me. If we're together, that's when we'll hear it again. A song played on a solo saxophone. A crazy sound, a lonely sound, a cry that tells us love goes on and on. Played on a solo saxophone. It's telling me to hold you tight and dance like it's the last night of the world.
Dreams were all I ever knew.
Dreams you won't need when I'm through. Anywhere we may be, I will sing with you a song. I'm so sorry. I thought there was a longer instrumental
No, but
there.
that happened yesterday, and but this is teamwork. That's all right.
Right, I want to go back and I want to do that and I want to do the ending.
Okay, fine.
Right, we've got to do it because I feel like it's so unsatisfying for everybody that we did do that. Where are we in this track
I
now?
don't know. Ready? Here we go.
Yeah, we're going to do it now. So stay with me and hold me tight and dance like it's the last night of the world.
To be fair, it's not Stu's fault completely because we did just change this track from the one that we had for Request Roulette.
So come on, give me a break.
Anyway.
But, I had to do the like. It's
That's all right.
unsatisfying to not.
Yes.
I was saying to Heather yesterday, like the song that I wrote called "As Long as You're There" is inspired by this because I love the fact that at the end of this duet in what 2/3 of the way through Act 1, there's just this epic sort of like our love is real and it's exciting and it's happening. So like I wanted that same feeling at the end of Act 1 of Before
Anyway,
After.
there you
So
go.
I could have that song. I was like, yeah, it's love.
Hopefully that's satisfied, y'all.
Sorry.
Moving right along to
Thanks, Joan. See, she knew.
the
Well
number
saved.
one longest running show on Broadway. Did it get taken down somewhere? Did it get taken down
Oh, I
in
don't know.
America?
I don't know.
I think somebody just said I'm now on YouTube, so I don't know. I'm curious. Anyway, so this is Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera has been around for a really long time. It's still in all its glory. We have a bunch of friends that are in it, and it's coming back on Broadway. It's coming back with the full orchestra. Which is cool.
The original production comes back, and then I think there's rumors and announcements happening that it's not really going to be the original production that comes back to the West End. So I'm not best pleased with that because I am super nostalgic about that show. But we'll see what it ends up being.
We've also sung a lot of songs from this show, but we haven't done this one yet, or I haven't sung this one yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to sing this beautiful song that Christine sings in the second act called Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again.
Yay!
You
I've been waiting for you to do that song. I like it's great.
It's a good one. And I love that you were my orchestra. He
Yeah,
was
like-
writing the track. He's like, okay, I'm going to give her more here.
We just lift a little bit here so we just
Thanks,
get to that
guys.
crescendo. Like
Thank
it's
you
just
so
it's
much.
just beautiful, honey. Really something
Thank you.
special.
Thanks.
God, I mean, if you like, come on, where would you be on a Sunday night when you can be sat at home and just get 11 o'clock number after 11 o'clock number? It's just fantastic.
From a 35-week pregnant lady.
Exactly, and what you would think is a nearly
please.
38-year-old pregnant man, it seems. I'm just getting my dad bod up and running, you know?
Thanks, you guys. Thank you so much.
I think the number 1 Broadway show and the number 2 West End show.
Oh, is it not? Yeah, it's number 2.
Oh yeah, because I mean that's
course.
part of the fun, because I don't think Cameron will close Les
Thanks, everybody.
Mis, because that means Phantom becomes a number 1
Yeah,
in the UK.
yeah.
So there's this wonderful rivalry between Cameron and Andrew about whose show is going to end up being the number 1 show. It's fab. Honestly, it's just beautiful.
Thanks, my love.
I'm going to be very crazy again and say the tip jar is open.
Oh,
the
there it
donations.
is.
We've seen some come through, so thank you very much for those who have. It's open all night, all day, every day. So if you go back and you want to watch any of our 25 other shows you
can.
enjoy it, you can, and it's just fantastic. Honey, you're worth every penny as far
You
as I'm
are.
concerned.
Oh.
Well, this next, moving on, sticking with Lloyd Webber. I mean, it goes to show that a lot of the big hitters
Yep.
were Lloyd Webber or Cameron McIntosh. They've changed musical theatre, and
100%.
and it's fantastic, really. But the new kids are in town, people. There's new people coming up. It's time. There's a new wave. But this show, I love this show. But I always play the title character whenever I've been fortunate enough to do it, and I've never got to play this character, so I thought I would sing this particular song tonight. I'm talking about Jesus Christ Superstar. What a show! I just want to do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Just
Just go for it.
Okay, here we go.
Buckle up, everybody.
My mind is clearer now. At last, all too well, I can see where we all soon will be. If you strip away the myth from the man, you will see where we all soon will be. Jesus, you started to believe the things they say of you. You really do believe this talk of God is true. And all the good you've done will soon get swept away. You've begun to matter more than the things you say. Listen, Jesus, I don't like what I see. All I ask is that you listen to me. And remember, I've been your right-hand man all along. You have set them all on fire. They think they found a new Messiah, and they'll hurt you when they find they're wrong. I remember when this whole thing began. No talk of God, then we called you a man. And believe me, my admiration for you hasn't died. But every word you say today gets twisted round some other way. And they'll hurt you if they think you've lied. Nazareth, your famous son, should have stayed a great unknown. Like his father carving wood, he'd have made good. Table, chair, and oak wood chest would have suited Jesus best. He'd have caused nobody harm, no one alarm. Listen, Jesus, do you care for your race? Don't you see we must keep in our place? We are occupied. Have you forgotten how put down we are? I am frightened driven by the crowd, for we are getting much too loud. And they'll crush us if we go too far. If we go too far. Listen, Jesus, to the warning I give. Please remember that I want us to live. But it's sad to see our chances weakening with every hour. Your followers are blind. Too much heaven on their minds. It was beautiful, but now it's sour. Yes, it's all gone sour. Listen, Jesus, to the warning I give. Please remember that I want us to live. Oh, listen, Jesus, to the warning I give. I just want us to live. It's all gone sour.
Yes, that is out of control, y'all.
Heaven on their minds, people. What a tune! Like,
are you kidding me?
like the fact that's the opening of the show. I mean, the overture itself is just ridiculous, and then you get that song.
I just kind of want to have an evening where you sing everything from the show, like I feel.
From Jesus Christ
Yeah,
Superstar.
yeah, because it's just
The one man.
one man Jesus
sure,
Christ Superstar show.
everything's all right. Yes.
That was unbelievable, honey.
Thank you, babe.
Unbelievable.
Thank
Holy
you.
cow.
Well, you're not the only one who has to work hard to try to get a tip.
Yeah. cheeky wife request.
cheeky Ben.
It's all scrolling. It's just,
Oh.
I thought this is amazing. I love watching the comments too. People are like losing their minds.
Oh dear.
Y'all,
Okay. Well, do you want to
getting
explain
close.
this? I just get a glass of
We're
water.
getting close to the end, y'all. We have this song. We got a little surprise, and then we got another song. Anyway, so a show that has let's see what number it was. Number 7 on Broadway. I don't think it charted in the. No. The 7th longest running show on Broadway is called A Chorus Line.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I know. Conceived from basically the idea Michael Bennett had was that he got all these tapes and these interviews of these dancers who had been working on Broadway, and the idea for a show that was for dancers, starring dancers, was born, and it was a completely original concept, and there had never been really a show like it before that gave dancers a voice in this way, and it ended up winning the Pulitzer Prize. It's another one of those shows that won Pulitzer Prize for drama, and it's amazing. It's like it's such a great show,
It's
and
timeless as well. Which is what I love about it.
and it flies. It's like 90 minutes long. It's like not that long. I don't think there's no intermission. I don't think.
No. I think it's
one
straight
act.
the way through. Yeah.
I saw the revival on Broadway. God, like I think in 2010 or something.
Yeah, I
like
feel
that.
like before I knew you, some of the last.
Or
the last time I
2009.
came.
Yeah. Anyway, and it was so good.
Oh,
it's
Chorus
coming
Line
back.
coming to the curve.
Cool.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
Yes, and every little step. The documentary is really good on. I think it's on Prime right now. At least in the UK it is, and it's about the casting of the revival. But this is one of the most beautiful songs I think in musical theater history as well.
Yeah.
And Marvin Hamlish's first show on Broadway. And
wasn't it that the lyricist didn't want
the
this
lyricist
to
hated
be
this
sung
song,
at his funeral?
and he requested that it did not get sung at his funeral. He even put that into his will, but obviously it's a huge hit. And
We're gonna sing it anyway.
send us some hearts during this one and sing along at home.
Yeah, and text somebody you love them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Kiss today goodbye. the sweetness and the sorrow. Wish me luck the same to you. But I can't regret what I did for love, what I did for love.
Look, my eyes are dry. The gift was ours to borrow. It's as if we always knew. And I won't forget what I did for love, what I did for love. Gone, love is never gone. As we travel on, love's what we'll remember. Kiss today goodbye and point me toward tomorrow. We did what we had to do. Won't forget, can't regret what I did for love, what I did for love, what I did for love. Love is never gone. As we travel on, love's what we'll remember. Kiss the day goodbye and point me towards tomorrow. We did what we had to do. Won't forget, can't regret what I did for love, what I did for love, what I did for love. Oh, we love love.
Yeah, and somebody
gosh.
said it's like a love letter to our industry, which it really is. It's like,
It really is.
why else are we doing it? The arts, they're not exactly kind to us all of the time, or the industry isn't always kind to us all the time, but we love it. We just keep doing
I mean
it.
that's the thing, isn't it? We've had a passion for it our entire lives. We're
Yeah.
stood in our living room on a Sunday night.
Yeah, exactly.
At 34 and a half, 35 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
Just going, we just need to sing.
Yeah,
musical
exactly.
theatre songs. So like, it's great.
So
No.
we thank you so much, you guys. Thank you.
We have a little treat for you now.
We didn't put it in the stable.
We did not put in the stable because it's unlike us to not have a video
Thank you,
of some
Christina.
sort. So we have prepared a video, and we like to call it the ultimate finale.
It
And
is the ultimate finale,
So
and
this
we
is-
don't we don't want to say what it is. Should we just play it?
Just play it.
This is for you guys.
This is
Here
for
you
you
go.
guys. Thank you, guys. One day more, another day, another destiny, this never-ending road to Calvary. These men who seem to know my crime will surely come a second time, one day more. I did not live until today. How can I live when we are parted? One day more. Tomorrow you'll be worlds away. And yet with you my world has started.
One more day all on my own.
Will we ever meet again?
One more day with him not caring.
I was born to be with you.
What a life I might have known.
And I swear I will be true.
But he never saw me there.
One more day before the storm, I follow where she goes. At the barricades of freedom, shall I join my brothers there? When our ranks begin to fall, do I stay or do I dare? Will you take your place with me? The time is now, the day is here. One day more, one more day to revolution. We will nip it in the bud. We'll be ready for these schoolboys. They will wet themselves with blood.
Watch them run amok, catch them as they fall. Never know your luck when there's a free for all. Here a little dip, there a little touch. Most of them are gone, so they won't miss much.
One day to a new beginning.
Raise a flag of freedom high.
Every man will be a king. Every man will be a king. There's a new world for the winning. There's a new world to be won. Do you hear the people sing? My place is here. I fight with you. One day more. I will join these people's heroes. I will follow where they go. Talking of blood when they are secret. Things they know. One more day to revolution. And yet begin my world is tomorrow will be far away. Tomorrow is the judgment day. Tomorrow will discover what our God in heaven has in store. One more dawn, one more day, one day I mean, who needs to spend £80 on a ticket to go see it when you can just watch that? We were giggling away because, like, I didn't get to see any of Heather's videos. So when we finally put the video together and she comes out in her Eponine outfit, looking like a painter and decorator.
We get to do with what we had. I only have like 4 shirts that fit me.
It's just so much fun. We really enjoy making these, and that,
Yeah.
and like, you know, we hope that we can continue to do some more in the final 2 weeks.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time tonight. And we're gonna go out with a party.
Yes.
This is
The
the
9th in Broadway, and then the 5th, is it in the UK?
9th in
Oh,
Broadway,
look at
5th in the UK. Mamma Mia. We will see you next week for this 1960s musical
part
of the
2.
1960s part 2.
You're just blown away by Eponine's hat.
Well, I mean, to be fair. And then make sure you vote for our last show of this season, whatever you want to call it. Thank you so much to those of you who have given tips and donations, and we will
Thank you.
see you next week. Let's do it.
Woo! Come on, everybody!
Is there a disco ball emoji? Probably not.
I don't know. There might be. Who knows?
Send us the disco dancers. Woo!
I can't stand ABBA. You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that the dancing queen.
Friday night and the lights are low, looking out for a place to roll, where they play the right music, getting in the swing. You come to look for a king. You know what? Anybody could be that guy. Night is young and the music's high. With a bit of rock music, everything is fine. You're in the mood for a dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat on the tambourine, oh yeah. You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. You're a teaser, you turn 'em on. Oh. Shoot. You're a teaser, you turn 'em on. Leave them burning and then you're gone. Looking out for another, anyone to do. You're in the mood for a dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine, oh yeah. You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. Digging the dancing queen.
We love you, Sweden. Digging the dancing queen. Thank you very much for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next week for the 60s part 2.